Good, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I'm back on the stage, maybe gap of 1 month, I believe, right? So something I want to take you in your previous memories, your childhood memories. I'm just singing one rhyme, and once I repeat and complete, then I will request all of you to repeat and sing with me. The rhyme is Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Right? You all heard about it or rhyme also. So now I will request all of you to sing with me. Clear? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. I want two volunteers to come on the stage. Purpose? Yeah. This rhyme, I want to request him to maybe in different emotion. I want that person should sing that rhyme in front of you. I want two volunteers. First, the come, please. Yeah, she's the right way. Another person also. Udaya or anyone? Please come. Please give a round of applause for both the volunteers who came on the stage. Okay. So the thing is, you all have to say these four lines, but in different emotions. I will request you to say the same rhyme four lines in romantic and you in some sadness. And I will request all of you to judge who wins. Whoever you decide the win, I will give something for him. Right? So for you, Gusla, your turn is like you have to say the same rhyme in the romantic mode. Say.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
Did you find anything romantic?
I've not much experience.
Okay. Now you request her to say in some sad emotions and feelings. You can go to the screen. You please come on the stage.
Twinkle, little star, how I wonder. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Wow. Please give a round of applause. That was it. Vasudha, maybe you can put maybe say in the louder voice, Vasudha, or that person. Right. Thank you. So now I will explain my role. So I am the essay of today meeting. So again, I will like that you should all clap for yourself who came in this class and you joined over the virtually. So this is the meeting number 528, Area I2, Toastmaster International Communication Leadership Program. Now I will read and understand the mission of Toastmaster. At Toastmasters, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now, I would like to convey some ground rules, which we have to follow in our today Toastmaster meeting. First, please turn off your mobile phone or put them on silent mode. You have 5 seconds to do that. At Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics, so please refrain from discussing these topics. Please maintain a silence while speaker delivering their speech. If you need to step out, please do so quietly to maintain the focus of the participants. Without taking much time, I would like to call on stage Mr. Siman Sudhakaran, our president, to open the meeting. Please come on the stage to me. Sigmin is working with the dustbin. For the past 10 years, he joined Toastmaster to strengthen public speaking skills, enhance confidence in both professional and personal settings. Outside the work, he is an avid football enthusiast and enjoy playing the game closely, following the game closely. Close is what means. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohit Sharma, for setting up the ground rules and introducing me in a very nice manner. So with the gavel in my hand, for meeting number 528. So for the guests who are with you, for the benefit of you all, let me just start with what exactly is Toastmasters. So it started in the year 1924 for the very simple reason of skilling ourselves, both in leadership and public speaking skills. So more than 100 years, a club, a non-profit organization, and across 145 countries. There are 15,000, more than 15,000 clubs across the globe. That's the impact Toastmasters has created. Now coming to my club, that is Electronic City Toastmasters Club, we also follow the very similar agenda. It started in the year 2016. And what differentiates us between other clubs is on the variety of the meetings which we do, such as the speaker counts, where 10 different speakers from our club in one meeting they come and are evaluated by the external speakers. Then we do linkers meet. Then last week we had an Halloween meet, and that was the highest where we had the highest attendance, where more than 50 people had joined our meeting. So these all are the things which differentiates from us, and the diversity in our club, like people from various backgrounds, banking, tech, IT, hospitality, teaching, everyone. So we have a very diverse group, so that when an individual comes over here to upskill themselves, they get to meet various people from different organizations. That's what differentiates our thing from others. So that's all about Toastmasters. Now let me introduce the guests over here so that to get familiarized with the online audience as well. So I will start with them. They have regularly been coming, but I will please request you to come once again to introduce yourself. Please. Can you come on the stage, ma'am, please?
We are staying near Electronic City capability. And I have taught 40 years in pharma continuous and 4 years in academics. And this is my daughter, she is Alfonso, completed her engineering. Presently, she is working in a startup company in Bangalore.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sebastian. I'm an electronics and communications engineer. It's my absolute pleasure to be back here again. I hope you continue listening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please.
Good evening, myself Anbalagan, completed BTech Tax and Technology, currently working in manufacturing fabric.
So I would like to thank all our guests who have come to our meeting, and I'll let you want to respond. No, yeah, coming to the meeting. So let me start. How many of you all know Kalpana Saroj? Saroj. Well, until morning even I didn't know, because as a president I had to talk something about the thing. That's where I started googling across this individual, and I was mind blown. So basically, she was born into a very poor family where like even having a basic needs of food was also a challenge. And at a very young age, at the age of 10 or 12, she was married. And over there as well, after marriage as well, she found a lot of difficulties in adjusting with her new life. And she had to take a very tough decision to run away from the family. And she did that. And she went to Mumbai. And what she did was like she went for a job and started upskilling herself, not by the tech one. She was working in a factory. She was working very hard. She had a deep dedication to do something. And in that moment, after various couple of years, what happened is there was a company which was going to close down. She started working with them, and today that venture is one of the most profitable ventures in India. So it was one of a very good startup, not a startup company, but from there, like from rag to riches, obviously. And she has been in top 100 self-made individuals in India. So what I want to say over here is, over here as well, we all came here for one purpose, to upskill ourselves, irrespective of age. During my school days, I thought these debate speeches, extempo speeches were only for brilliant students. It's not for us. I mean, I was in the backbencher and I thought, okay, that's not for me. That is only for the brilliant ones who are sitting in the front. And I never had the courage to go front. Today, even though it is late, we all, I mean, some of you are still in early stages. I'm just taking myself, like, even though it was late, I had the courage to come forward to upskill myself. And courage doesn't mean that it's not having fear. It's the decision what you take to step up and succeed. And today we have one Toastmaster of the day as well, who took the courage to upskill himself. And he's an engineering professional, 15 years of experience in software engineering, specializing in technical project management. He brings a wealth of expertise, and originally from Kerala, but currently working in Bangalore. He has worked in various places such as UK, Dubai, and gaining rich global exposure and unique blend of technical skills and project leadership. Let us all welcome with a huge round of an applause, because he's taking the Toastmaster of the Day for the first time, and that's a big step. Let's all welcome Ramesh Dharmarajin, who is the Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sumit, for the warm introduction. Good evening, Toastmaster friends and friends. And today I'll be serving as your Toastmaster of the day. Before we dive into the structure of the meeting, I would like to introduce today the courage to be, a phrase that resonates with every journey we have ever taken. Would anyone like to volunteer and talk something, 2 words about the courage to be? Anybody? Yeah. Yeah.
So I joined Toastmasters in 2017 and I was preparing my icebreaker to deliver. I couldn't complete delivering my icebreaker for some personal reason I quit. Then I joined Toastmasters again after 5 years in 2022. Still, I was not ready to deliver my icebreaker skills. Finally, I volunteered to deliver in my lab. Still, I was very reluctant. Got some job in Gurgaon. I went there, I delivered my icebreaker, and from there, the journey started. With that courage, it took 7.5 years to deliver my icebreaker skills. That much low confidence I had in my life. And from there, where I started my work was my
Thank you. Once again. Any guest wanting to say something about courage to begin? Any online? Anybody from online? No one. No one has courage. Okay, no problem. Let me give one example about the courage to begin. In my own example. During childhood, I had a problem with, I had an irrational fear of water. It's called hydrophobia. So I cannot, when I go to the pool side or pond side, I won't be able to get into. So my grandfather, he was a doctor. He told me, you have to take a step, at least one small leap you have to. And he had me listening, which is one of the most important life skills in my life. Okay. And he told me, all you need is to start. If you are not starting, you cannot learn. To continue this meeting, we need a special team that's tag team, Timer Toastmaster Mrinal. Mrinal Sarkar, originally from Jamshedpur, is an embedded system engineer with a passion now for continuous learning and knowledge gathering. Over to you, Toastmaster Mrinal.
Yeah,
So thank you so much, Ms. Ramesh, for that nice introduction. Yeah, so today, today I am the timer. So today, so my role will be like, means each and every speaker gives, they'll go to the, beyond the object and time limit. So means I should be alert to them. So just so they they can confine their time, and so they can speak. You can give the speech means within their time limit. So means we have the total four section to do today. So first section will be that is means educational session. So that session will be go to the 40 minutes. So means I will show the green card on the 38 minute. I will show the yellow on the 39 and red on the 840. And so followed by the question and answer session. So it will be goes 10 to 15 minutes. So I will show the red card on the 15 minutes. And followed by the table topic session. So it will be go on to 2 minutes. So there is one finishing of the one minutes. So I show the green card on yellow on 1 minute, so 30 seconds, and I will show the red card on the 2 minutes. And if any of the speaker will be questioning both above the 2 minutes, then I will it will be considered as a disqualified. So and the last section that will be the feedbacks in the session. So that will be gold up to the 15 seconds. So green it will be on the 13 second, yellow will be at the 14 second, and the red will be at the 15 second. So so I hope that so everyone will be so confined their speech within that time limit, and that is end of the session. I will be show the report to everyone. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your, for the sharing the details, your role as a timer. Our founder, Toastmaster Lokeshwaran. Lokeshwaran is an engineering science enthusiast that spent 10 years as a marketing and technical manager in multinational companies, supporting OEM and government projects. Passionate about arts, volunteering, and traveling, he enjoys exploring diverse cultures and cuisines. Over to you.
Very good evening, Toastmasters. I am Lokeshwaran and I am going to be your art counter today. I will be noting down the pillars and some words which you are using and repeating words which you are using in the during your speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Lokesh. Grammarian Toastmaster Shambhavi. Shambhavi as an imaginative and optimistic professional with 7 years of experience as a cloud consultant at HP. She loves reading, organizing, socializing, and creatively solving problems while sharing ideas and helping others. Over to you, Toastmaster Shambhavi.
Thank you so much, Sergeant of the Arms. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
I have taken the role of grammarian today, and as the grammarian, it is my duty to make the note of good words and the phrases used throughout the meeting. I would also make a note of the improper usage of the grammar, and I would present the report at the end of the day when called upon. I have also chosen the word of the day today since we have an education session and the only chance where people could use words is for the table topic session. So I have kept it pretty simple by just having the word of the day, which is Genesis, the beginning of something. Since we are all talking about the courage to begin, I have chosen this word, which means that which means the beginning of something. Example is the mistake was the genesis of all the story tale that was to follow. And over to you, Toastmaster Ramesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shambhavi. Education session, Toastmaster Shalini. So it is time for the education session. Let me introduce Shalini Mukund. She's a trainer and coach with 20 years in education. works with schools, colleges, and corporates on public speaking and soft skills. She has authored 2 books, Inspiration Unbound and Back to School, and is a 3-time Best Teacher Award and Centum PPO National Award winner. And every Toastmaster for all 4 years. She has won 50+ awards, including the 2025 District Championship in table topics and academic rank holder. She enjoys yoga, reading, thrillers, and exploring new destinations. Over to you, Shalini.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for that very nice and warm introduction. First of all, I have to say hello to my Guruji, Division B, District 92, Division Director is here. Hello, Shashank. Very nice. You're also part of the online meeting. So when you ask, yeah, good evening, Shashank. Very nice to see you with all of us here today. So the question which you asked, the courage to begin. Actually, my story was such that I was always very bad at sports. In the sense, I always had the pace, the energy, the stamina, but I didn't have the speed. So to compensate for that loss of sports, I started doing a lot of work on stage. It's like I have to be somewhere, if not on the sports ground, on the stage. That is how my journey began. And the first ever poetry recitation that I did was when I was in grade 5. It was a poem which was The Monkey and the Crocodile, not the story, but the poem. It was almost like 7 to 8 stanzas, but I memorized each and every line and I went on stage. And I got a 3rd prize for that. And because of that, I came back home and I told my mother that, see, this is the prize I've got, the first ever prize. How do you feel when you get the first ever prize? That is still a very cherished memory, right? So that actually made me feel that, I can do a lot more on stage. So I, in a way, was blessed that I was always on stage for some or the other reason. Sometimes I've always been on the green room, helping others with makeup and other things, but somewhere I have to do something on stage. That's how my love for stage began. The reason why I joined Toastmasters was not because of having less confidence or stage fear. It is because this is the place where nobody judges you. Whether you win or you don't win, the courage to come and speak here matters the most, because everywhere else outside we are always judged. You all agree with me?
Yes.
So let's start with the game. With that, the timer has made it very clear that 38 minutes you show me the green card. I will try and finish by 35. Let's do it with a table topic only. So the table topic is like this, and each one of you will come up with one idea. Not like a 2-minute speech, but one idea of what you think about the topic. So the topic is something like this. If you wake up tomorrow and you become invisible, what is the first thing you will do? Take 30 seconds time, just like you're on the stage, and come up with one idea that comes to your mind. So the topic is, if you wake up tomorrow and realize that you're invisible, what is the first thing that you will do? Let's have answers from everyone.
I continue to sleep.
You'll continue to sleep, invisible sleeping. Yes? How about you, sir?
I will go and see the rooms of politicians, what actually they talk about and feel about the normal publics in their meetings.
Wonderful. So you will go in deep into the rooms of all the politicians, what they're doing, and get to know what are the future plans of the nation. Very good. Yes, everybody has to answer this question. Anyone who is ready, we can go in any order. Yes.
So I will go to the Tirupati Devasthana, nobody is allowed there.
Wow, this is what it is. You're going to Tirupati.
God know you are coming, they will stop you. No, God can see, eh?
God will come back. Okay,
God
that
can
was a
see.
good one. Okay.
So I'll go to my office and particularly to my
Boss.
colleagues' areas. And I will see, I just see what they are gossiping about me, because I'm the one going to give work all the day.
You are inspired by Sherlock or something like that?
Yeah.
Good one.
So what they are talking behind me,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll go.
Okay, you still think people are talking behind you?
Yeah, yeah.
Men also believe that, great thing.
I drive the car with glass off the neck. I roam around with the feet in front of the box. to
And the cops
surprise them.
cannot do.
Yeah, anything.
Like in Hindi, how many of you understand Hindi?
Yeah.
Like in Hindi, there is a saying, right? Baal bhi baka nahi kar sakte. Okay, good one. Okay.
They can confiscate your vehicle.
I stop working.
You'll stop working.
Yeah.
And what will you do, sir?
I mean,
You're invisible, okay. Madam, what is?
Only invisible, man.
You come here.
Then
So what you're doing is actually doing table topics, yes.
I will wake up and roam all over the world and see, I observe what all are doing and
Flight cost is saved, road
Yes.
transport cost
Yes.
saved, you will travel the world.
Yes.
Very nice, see what range of answers you are getting, variety.
Whatever the pranks that my brother had played with me during my childhood, I'll get that.
Or you will take it. Okay, good one.
Especially in China.
You will visit outside India, especially China is your first preference.
Yes.
Okay, and then Europe, fantastic.
Oh, put the blind up.
Try my favorite food and scare people.
Okay, try your favorite food and scare people.
And go to the corporate boardroom and listen what it talks.
What your CEO is talking.
Yes.
Okay, good one.
I will go out and walk whenever I want, like even late at night.
Invisible walk, no fear. That's a bold one. You'll go out and like, what would you do?
She will also.
And you'll accompany her.
I will now, so. Not having fun.
Okay, nice. The last two gentlemen in the room, they're still thinking. What will you do, sir, if you become invisible tomorrow morning?
Right now I'm invisible.
Right now, you're invisible. You're very much visible. That's why I asked you. Just the last two ideas from you. all.
Just observe people.
Observe people, okay. That's a great skill.
So I stay at, when that is more than March. When we are in, the view of must.
Free of cost, you'll go and stay in hotel Taj. Okay. So the idea to ask this question to you was each one of you have come up with a winning table topics answer for the contest. If it was a contest. Yes, Toastmaster?
Online, but also.
Okay, online audience. Yes, I can see one hand raised. What would you do if you become invisible tomorrow morning? First thing, Toastmaster Sarmishta.
So I immediately had two thoughts. One is I would like to see being invisible how my husband is taking care of the house in my absence.
Fabulous. What is the other one?
And secondly, yes, it's my dream to see the Northern Lights, but the flights are very expensive for the Scandinavian countries. So if somehow I can slip in the flight, the rest of the expenses in my budget. Because
Good one. That is there in my bucket list also. I don't know when I'm going to see, but I have the plans of seeing. Okay, good one. The first answer was very much like a winning table topics. So the thing is, when you all came up with ideas, this is how you build in a table topics and you come up with a 2-minute speech to that. For example, if Toastmaster Udaya said, that was the one which I'll never forget, that he will not stand in the Tirupati line. So this is what connects with the audience. What we are going to see today is, what are the things that you can do to make your table topics very effective on stage, irrespective of whoever wins or loses. At least the happiness, the satisfaction, the contentment that I did a very good job on stage should come at an end of any table topics, the normal club meeting or the friends. How do we move to the next slide? Is there a priority?
Yeah, I'm doing it, Shalini. Next slide.
Yes, this is fine. So
Okay.
this is the first thing you need to keep in mind that when you are going as a contestant, when do you have your club contest, by the way?
So you have an evaluation, the next term it will be table topics.
You still have time for table topics. So this is the first thing you need to keep in mind, that the voting judges will have this sheet. They have the marking sheet. This is like your surprise test for which you should get the marks that you deserve. There are some areas, the first one being speech development. Any table topic should have a good opening. Then you go with the story and then the conclusion of it. No need to write anything. This I have shared with the, you can share with it. Yeah. So the first and the foremost thing is, when you get a table topic, you're supposed to have a good opening. You're supposed to continue with the story. The continuation of the good story comes if your opening is great. Something like I will be invisible and I will go to Tirupati is a great opening. Okay? And then you build on it. What all you will do? You'll enjoy people fighting in the line, pushing each other, but you are invisible and you got the best gift of going and seeing the Lord himself without anybody noticing you. You build on the story and then you build the conclusion of it, right? So opening, relevance and close. Now, what are all the possible openings that you can do? People who have tried different openings in this club?
Asking questions.
Asking questions?
Quotes.
Quotes? I know Toastmaster Sudesh will have he would have written a book on quotes by himself. Sorry, hook statement. Hook statement. So the hook statement could be a quote or a question or what else? Can you do a dramatized act on stage? Very much you can do. I remember in one contest, this was 2 years back, one lady came with a purse and we were thinking what she was going to do with that. She actually connected that with the table topics. I'm not able to recall that now, but that was a very good stage act. Can you do a stage act? Yes. However, you want to begin in the most dramatic way, in the most effective way. Anything else that you have tried in this club or otherwise as a good opening? Yes, you have hooks, you have quotes, you have a dramatized act. You can also have questions. What else? Anything else that comes to your mind? So you can
Personal.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen some people opening with their personal story or personal life statement telling that, suppose I am a mother of 4, so 2 are their kids and 2 are dogs, canine mother and this. So these type of openings also I've seen.
Yes, that is a hook statement, which
Oh, okay.
sorry, Adviti. Toastmaster Adviti was talking about. Very good example. So when you say you're a mother of 4, suddenly eyes are like, popping out and trying to think, how come you are the mother of 4? It is 2 dogs and 2 boys or 2 dogs and 2 girls. That was a good one. So you can try all these hook statements. One of the hook statements which one of my friends did, she's not a Toastmaster now because of some other personal reasons, was she started with this quote by this famous sentence by Master Oogway in Kung Fu Panda. He says there is no secret ingredient. And with that, she started. Something it was to do with secret. The table topic was something to do with secret, but I remember she started with this. And then she started connecting with the audience about why there is no secret ingredient. So any of that can be your opening. Then you build on the body of the speech and then you give a conclusion. Try and give a message in the end because it leaves the audience on a very, you leave an impact on the audience on a high note. The second is the effectiveness, which talks about logic, directness, enthusiasm, achievement of purpose, and audience response. Audience response is already covered with the hook statement. And then how you build the topic logically. Okay, people have to believe in what you are going to say. The reason for that logic is they should also feel at the end of the table topic speech that you have given that yes, it is doable by anybody. If you can do it, I can also do it. That's what covers in logic. Directness means how you build the topic effectively. You don't deviate from the topic, go to some other zone and then come back. Enthusiasm is your energy on stage. Achievement of purpose is the topic being connected with the audience. Is it relevant? Is it making sense to them? Do they feel that they can also do this? You can think about all those things. Then comes your physical appearance, body language, speaking area. Typically, the space in your room is the speaking area we get on any stage. I don't know how this is like, mind mapping.
Can I ask you?
Yes.
So this structure is good, but when we go to the stage, within 2 minutes, we need to do deliver thing. It's very challenging. Though I know the barrack, but it's difficult to bring that frame of thought, structure of the thought during this.
We will come to that. Okay, we'll come to that. We'll just cover this barrack, then I have the whole list of things to show you. So typically this, your club space is the space you get in any contest stage as well. Try and use the space as much as you can. I mean, it's not necessary to walk, to and fro, but how effectively you use the stage. You can start your beginning at one place, you can continue with the story, and then you can come to the conclusion. Whenever you're delivering the message, you can again go back to the center and do it. That is, it's trying to say that you don't get stuck at one place and speak. You use the stage effectively. Then you have the voice, which is flexibility and volume. Very important because this is where most people lose marks. They may have very good content in table topics, but if your voice is not enthusiastic, it doesn't have the tone and the pitch and the volume, then that is not a very good sign. Then you have appropriateness, which is speech purpose and audience. What is the last one? Could you put this one somewhere? Correctness, which is grammar, pronunciation, and word selection. Now, when it comes to grammar and pronunciation, I have seen many Toastmasters when they first join Toastmasters. The idea of joining a Toastmaster is you build the confidence in speaking, correct? 99% of the people you meet will tell you, I joined Toastmasters because I want to improve my confidence and my structure of speaking in correct English. Just now, Toastmaster Udaya also mentioned the same thing. Where I was when I did my first icebreaker and what am I today is a lot of difference. Over the period of time when you listen to others and you have the grammarian of the day and all, the grammar part improves. Like I'm part of one club in District 92, so we have a young boy who has joined the club. Maybe he's just out of his college and he's working. The first ever meeting that he attended, he had a lot of grammatical flaws. But today, after 2 months, his English has become much better. So what he's doing is when he's observing others in the club, he's making notes. And he's using those notes by taking up roles week after week. So he is one person who will take any role. Every week he has to take a role. But what I saw last time when he became the first time TMOD, there was a huge improvement in his grammar and spoken English. So grammar is something you can build. I mean, we need not go by the way it is taught in schools and colleges, the structural grammar. It's more what you listen to others and how you develop that skill. But yes, it is good to use correct grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, because they are added marks for your voting this judges ballot for the VJs to mark you. Okay, so this is about the judges ballot. Very important for all of us to go through this, which once the contest date is finalized, I'm sure the president of the club, the VP, they will share all this. And then before the contestant briefing and all done by the contestant, the CJ being present in the room, this is shared with everybody because you should know. We can also see here that there are some rubrics: fair, good, very good, excellent. It will give you a very fair idea about where you stand exactly. Ideally, before the contest, if you do a mock marathon in your club, okay, if you do a mock marathon in your club, and just for the sake of it, if you give the judges ballot to some of the people who are judging in the room, they may not be voting judges, but they are the seniors who are judging others. You will know where you stand. Just like you do a mock pre-board paper before the board exam, similar to that. If you do a mock marathon in the club, and if the contestants who are going to participate in the actual contest, if they get a flare of this and they know where they stand, it's actually very helpful. And all resources are available on Toastmasters website. You just have to go and type, this is what I want, and it is there. So try this before your contest. At least try 1 or 2 mock marathons so that people get the confidence that let whatever be the topic, I know what to speak. Because this is very important to know. Can we move to the next slide, Toastmaster Mayola? So this is what we will be covering today. Some strategies for effective table topics. How do you build confidence in spontaneous speaking, like Toastmaster Udaya said? Get real-time feedback and tips, which is speech evaluation that we have in the session today, which will give you a very good idea about how you are able to articulate and speak about table topics. Can we move to the next one? The next slide.
Yeah.
This is the most important thing which I have collated based on my 4.5 years of experience of having been a Toastmaster. I joined in June 2021, so this almost 4.5 years. This one. So the first point we discussed: opening, relevance, and close. Always close on a very impactful note. How many of you know DTM Daryl Rodriguez? You know, right? So Daryl shared a very interesting thing with me. He said, Shalini, when you go on stage, your table topic should be the WBT method. W stands for wonder. You start with a wondrous thing, asking a question or saying a quote or a hook statement. Then comes the blunder. Now, blunder technically doesn't mean that you create any blunder. You go with the flow of the story. Once you get the idea of what to start with, you will know how to go with the flow of the story. And then he said you have to end it with a thunder. You have to end it on a high note. So all the people in the room, whatever you do, remember to close it on a very powerful and an impactful note. Your table topics should end on a high note. It's like the movie which you're watching. Currently, I am binge watching Family Man, almost done with all the series. The end is on a very high note. And you're waiting for what is going to come next. That is what you should do as a speaker when you're on the stage. You start high, your story is good, but you don't end on a high note. Chances are the voting judges will mark you less. Or you start on a low scale, but your story and your ending is very high. Then also it is a little bit of a problem. Your Your beginning and ending has to be really good. Okay, it's like I believe that even if you cook dal rice, you should serve it like biryani. Yes? Yeah. So keep this in mind. Supposing you don't get any ideas, like Toastmaster over there said. Now I know the topic has come to me, the contest master has given me a topic. So the contest master says, if you become invisible tomorrow morning, what is the first thing you will do? Udaya, Udaya, and then the topic goes. And he doesn't know what to say. Does not matter. Whatever is the first thoughts you get, you start building on them. Some thought will come, right? I mean, when you are on the stage and the contest master has given you the topic, at least you are able to think of something. Those 30 seconds, you are able to think something, right? You start with that. Now, the beauty is how the human brain works is when you start speaking, you will start getting ideas. Then you will be able to think about the story. The one very good thing about Toastmasters is nobody is shying away from sharing any personal story. Like Toastmaster Sharmishta said, if I become invisible, I want to say how my husband is running the house. Taking care of the kids, probably. Okay. So nobody is scared to share any family stories. Start with something, even if you don't get an idea, because you don't have too much time to think on the stage. Supposing something has happened while you were coming to the contest, you can start with that, right? So our observations, the more we observe, right now I had a big fight with the auto guy. Okay, as usual, the day I think I should not drive and come just to relax myself is the day I end up in a fight. And then I kept telling him that, see, people are waiting for me, you are delaying my process. He didn't have any of those fast tags and nothing he had paid. So I paid for that and I said, I'm not going to pay you even 150. So this could be a very nice narrative if the topic is something like that. So first thoughts that come, you start building on them. The remarkable factor is when you start speaking, you will know what next to speak, what next to speak. Okay. The third one is what I did when I was given the topic on the district scene. So I was the last contestant, 10th contestant, because District 121 has 10 divisions and I was the 10th contestant. And by the time I realized that, oh my God, I am the 10th contestant, the voting judges have already heard the 9 contestants, which means they must be thinking one more contestant is not going to make any great difference. So I was already thinking what I should do. So this is what I recommend all of you to do, at least in the time of the contest, which is please journal important things in your life if they are going to add value to you when you go on the table topics as a contestant on the stage. Now here, the stories from life I need to say is from your school days, college days, work scenarios, whatever. You've gone on a family trip to some place. I can never forget this incident when my whole family, both my husband's side and my side, like a battalion, we went to Singapore. 15 of us went. Okay. And it so happened that if you've been to Singapore and you've gone to that Sentosa Island, there is this trick eye museum where you have the 3D images. You can take a lot of pictures. And my mother and mother-in-law both were sitting. They asked my father to get a bottle of water. And they said, we will wait for you here. They're all new to the place. We'll wait for you here on this bench, on a particular bench. My father thought, okay, I'll go and get water for them. And by the time he returns, he sees nobody is there. And he was so scared that day because it's a new country. You don't know the lanes, you don't know the direction. Okay, if Singapore is like that, you imagine if you go to countries like Jordan, what will happen? Because all the buildings have only 3 floors and all the buildings are only painted off-white. The whole city will look the same. Okay? So in Singapore, he got lost and he kept waiting. For some time, he realized that these ladies did not come back. They themselves have decided that my father is very smart. He'll figure out where they went. And my father was literally on the verge of going to the nearest police station and telling them that I have come from India and I am lost. Okay, that was one incident which I will never forget because I've never seen my father so scared. New country and he's totally lost because people, own family members betrayed him. They went inside the museum and he was thinking where he actually thought he was lost and he was about to go and report himself. So if you have interesting incidents in your life, please journal them or remember them because at that moment, you don't know which topic will be very interesting for you to connect with whatever story. So basically become a storyteller. In my case, I spoke about something which was inspiration, but I'm saying these topics, your own life will be of so much of value. Unfortunately, we don't look back and see what are all the interesting things we have done. anything from your school life, from your college days. Supposing you had a very terrible math teacher or an English teacher. I had a very terrible chemistry teacher. So I would make sure that I learned chemistry very well. Yeah, English and math were easy for me, but chemistry wasn't. So like that, if you have some incidents, okay, college life, if you have had your first crush on the professor. I remember there was one college mate I had, Krishna Mukherjee. She's still in Bangalore and we are connected. The English professor used to come to class only to be looking at her. I said, boss, we have also paid money, teachers. Okay? And we had difficult authors like Bernard Shaw and William Shakespeare and all of that because I was an English literature student. And one day we all went together, including the girl whom he tried his best to make his wife, but that didn't happen. We went to the principal and we said, this is not working out for us. This whole period, 40 minutes is free. Because he's only looking at her. He tried his level best, but things did not work out. She's still my friend, she's in Bangalore. But these are incidents which I'll never forget. Now, the thing is, when you take stories from your life, you connect it to the present relevant scenario. That is what is important. Like if you had a tough math teacher, but how that skill that you learned when you were a child is helping you now. Maybe you're a data analyst, maybe your CEO is very happy and you're getting promotions like cakewalk.
You're not visible to the online audience.
Is it?
You are the corner.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, I have to be the center.
Yeah. Now,
Better?
yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out. So online audience, are you with me? Remember all those interesting incidents from your school life, from
I
your
think,
college life?
sorry to interrupt. I think the other side you were more visible. If you come to the right side of the board.
The board line, right? That is the.
Yeah. There you're visible. Yeah, it's fine for us.
So for you also, if you have interesting incidents from your life, please journal them. The problem with us is when the table topics is given to us, we are thinking, "Arey Baba, question paper aa gaya, what to speak now?" Okay? But when you have some interesting evidences from your life, you'll be able to connect with the topic. But the value, the conclusion that you give in the end should be relevant to your present. Online audience, clear for you?
Yes.
Now, the fourth one is a little higher level of attempting table topics, which is you agree with the topic. Most of the Toastmasters agree with the topic. Okay. Sometimes you disagree with the topic, but you can also have a neutral perspective. For example, you want to talk something totally different about the topic. You can do that. The only thing is how convincingly you put it across. Okay. For example, if the topic is, do you believe in ghosts? You will say yes, you will say no. You can have a neutral perspective also. I don't know whether I should really talk about this topic, ghosts, as I have not had very good experiences. Neither do I have very interesting experiences to share. You can go a little philosophical, but how you put it across to the audience is what matters. Your conviction, your belief is the main thing that the audience wants to see. Then you have facts, data, twist. Some Toastmasters who are very good at mathematics. How many of you are very good at math? They always use numbers because that hook statement can be a number. If you say, if the topic is about traveling, say the table topic says traveling enriches your life. One Toastmaster in one of the contests, this was long back when I joined, I had seen, that person said, 80% of Bangaloreans travel on all weekends. Now he has already got the audience attention because 80% of people are traveling. Those who are sitting in the room and thinking, oh, I don't belong to the 80%, now they're also getting ideas. Okay, how they can make use of weekends. Numbers play magic in the human mind. I very much agree with this. In fact, I have friends who will also look at the thing that, okay, I'm contestant number 4. According to my numerology, my birth year, birthday, month, they will calculate number 5. Number 5. Today I will do something like that. Numbers play magic. So I'm not saying your belief is wrong or right. It is a belief that you have to make it true. Many people, if you see, they believe in numbers. Some people also believe in doubling of letters and all that. I remember when I did my neuro-linguistic programming, which is mastering your own brain, my Guruji, who did this, who is the one who's the coach for neuro-linguistic program, his name changed from SRIRAM Shriram to SRIRAAM. Thinking, why does this man need this? Okay, everybody has their own beliefs. It's become Shri Ram. His name was only Shri Ram. Okay, and I was very curious to ask him this question, but something else came up, so I forgot. So I'm saying people believe, and if there are people in the room who connect with numbers, most of your software engineers or scientists or data analysts, you see numbers day in and day out, this will work for you very well. Okay, then you come across with words, keywords in the topic. So if you become yes, how you are going to use it twist? Which one? I'll come to that. So when you okay, for the quiz, one of the club contests, the topic was emotions give us meaning, practicality gives us directions. Now you have 4 words here. Okay, emotion, meaning, practicality, directions. You can also twist. I've seen some Toastmasters do this. They will twist the topic only. Okay, and then they will come up with a new perspective. See, ultimately, whatever is interesting for the VJs to hear and give you the adequate marks. If they see creativity, novelty, that is also one way of starting with the hook. I know one Toastmaster in District 92, he does this. He always likes to twist the topic and bring a new flavor. So supposing I say emotions don't give us meaning. Emotions actually give us directions, but practicality gives meaning to what you do. I have twisted the topic, but I'm bringing a new flavor. That is what I meant by twisting the topic. But it also depends on the topic which you get. If you get a topic which has 4 keywords or 3 keywords, you can actually do a little bit of jalebi work there, but bring in a new flavor. Right? Those table topics are like jalebis. Okay? They are never straight, but they are nice. So you think about this. Then that is what I meant by twist, and also keywords is the same. So for keywords, if you talk about emotions, how you were emotional at one point of time, which gave you some meaning in life, and then you implemented the techniques, you became very practical, and now you are on the direction of the right path, you can build your own story. That is what I mean by keywords. You take the keywords from the topic and remember to end the table topic with the keywords. Okay, it is important. Yes.
How to remember the keywords? I always have the problem of connecting in the conclusion. Then I tend to forget. Okay, what was the topic?
This happened to one of my friends. I went as an audience participant contest, and the topic I also listed in the end. The topic that they gave was inner journeys need no passport. Very nice, very nice. I think one of the best topics. Inner journeys need no passport. This girl who was so good on stage, she forgot the word passport in the end. Started off very nicely, full dramatization of family. Something similar to what Toastmaster Sharmila said, she said, I have 3 children, 2 young ones, 1 older one. And then she started with how her husband takes care of the different things. And then she forgot the word, midway she forgot the word passport. So, to answer your question, Toastmaster Sudesh, if you're a DTM, please correct me. DTM Sudesh, okay, because I remember once I called Toastmaster who was a DTM as Toastmaster and the person was very offended. So I no. You should call me that. So DTM Sudesh, to answer your question, these are learning lessons for me. She forgot midway what the word passport. And she came back, she got a 3rd place because again, the beginning was very good. The beginning was great, the ending was not. So she still managed to get a 3rd place. But she came back and said, Shalini, I forgot the word passport. I said, I was thinking, where is the end going? What are you trying to do? She completely forgot. So this is one area, I don't know what technique will help you, because when the contest master is reading out the topic, listen to it very carefully. That is the only way. And if the topic is long,
that's the problem.
No, the request has gone to, I have heard from many Toastmasters that now the request has gone to people who are in the contest management team that don't keep the topics very long, because the person who's contesting will forget.
Right.
Yeah, but the only key to this is you have to hear the topic very clearly, because it is said twice. Okay, it is said twice, so you have to pay attention to everything, and you have to make use of it. That's the only suggestion I give. Active listening. Okay. Again, the people who are in the contest management team, they can charge us by saying, you have the project active listening. Big speeches we are listening to in the club. Why can't we remember one table topic? Okay. And how long can it be? Not more than 5-6 points at the most. I mean, there is a request which is gone, so the topics are shorter now. But still, the only way to remember the topic is pay attention to the topic. That's the only key. All right?
Shalini,
Yes.
I have a doubt. So, maybe I'll relate it to the contest which you won the last. Your topic was, I think, money can't buy happiness, right? So I think many people, even Sudish will agree, right? We were confused when they tell the topic, there are some words like can't, right? We can often hear as money can buy happiness. So we were thinking whether the topic is money cannot buy happiness. I think Sudish, you relate, right? We also had this confusion. So on the just for my information for the rest of the people who want to come, is it allowed to ask the contest master on clarification of such words like is it can't or can? So that's what, again, sometimes the contest master's pronunciation also becomes a factor. So,
Very good, Toastmaster Sarmisha. So I'll tell you what happened this time. In one of the contests that I was the audience, I witnessed that all the contestants were called before the contest starts. And they requested the chief judge that please tell the contest master to read it out carefully, clearly and carefully. Now I have also seen contest masters reading the topic 4 or 5 times, more than 4 or 5 times before they actually give it to the contestants. So preparations are going on, and every time I'm able to see a lot of improvement only in each of the contests. But your point is very good. This is a request which has gone to all the area directors for area contests, division directors for division contests, that the topic needs to be read out by the contest master very, very clearly. Typically, if the contest master is the one who has a foreign accent, then it is all the more difficult.
okay, Shalini. So we cannot clarify if there's a word which sounds different. Okay, thank you.
You can clarify, but you lose out on some marks. Okay, the voting judges are like the hawks and the eagles with very sharp eyes. Okay, if I have been one before, fancy. Those are areas where you lose marks. So you can't clarify. That's a very good point. I will put it in my slide for the further session because I have some do's and don'ts in this session, in which I will add that. But you can't clarify. You have heard the topic, whatever you have heard, you have to speak. But it has gone to the contest management team, the chief judges for the contest and all that. Please advise the or suggest the contest master to read the topic very clearly, preferably in Indian accent. Because there was once a contest master who had a terrible foreign accent and the contestants could not, one or two of them could not understand the topic. Okay, so a lot of work is going on. Very good question, Toastmaster Sharvishka. And we are also seeing improvement in both the districts, District 92 and 1. It's all work in progress. So we expect this year also it will be something which is very clear. Also not very long topics, a little bit shorter topics which people can address. But you can't expect.
What about the difficulty of the topics? I was advised not to have a very difficult topic. When I was a contest master, I chose topic like why does the nose run and feet smell? And people stumbled on this today. Really, I feel really bad. But chief judge advised don't use complicated words for the contest. Complicated topic. Keep it simple. Not just the longer aspect, also the context of the topic.
That's a very good topic actually, and it is a little hard one. But now, from my experience and knowledge, since I'm contesting, what I have understood is the table topics should be 50% easy, 50% challenging. You cannot make it 80% challenging and 20% easy, then nobody will be able to. Okay, that is a request that is gone, that keep it at a balance, 50-50. Okay, but yes, that's a very good topic. What you can do is, at the club level, you have during normal meetings these difficult topics. That is why I go by one of my gurus whom I really like the way she projects herself and she carries herself. She told me one thing very important, Vidyam Arundhati. She said club meetings are the winning areas of success. You have to keep your club meetings of very high quality. You means all of us, including me. If this question you had asked in the club and a similar topic had come in the contest, then it would have been easy. Okay, I am on the yellow card, so I will try and finish soon. Then overall aesthetics, it should look, you should feel good. You should feel very happy about presenting the topic. And then timeline reference. Supposing you're using the stage, you want to start your story with the table topic somewhere in the past, go back. When you're talking about the present, come to the mid position. When you're talking about the future, go a little bit ahead and then you summarize the topic. Can we go to the next slide? These are some things which we should keep in mind as table topics contestants. Celebrate spontaneity, be very original. Whatever comes to your mind, collect your ideas and begin. Do not fear contradictions. Okay, even if you have the topic like why does your nose run and your feet smell, if you're not getting any idea, whatever you come up with, do not fear any contradiction because difficult topics, everybody is thinking, what will I answer when a topic like this comes to me? Okay. Structure, we spoke about opening body conclusion. Think of connection, not perfection. This is the most important. No table topics are perfect. None of us are also perfect as speakers. We are all work in progress. There is a beautiful saying, right? The road to self-improvement is always under construction. Correct? So don't fear about being perfect. There is nothing called as perfect. It's about connection with the audience. And then practice as much as possible. Keep your club level topics in the 50% challenge range, in the 50% easy range. Okay? You have a question, sir? Yeah. Okay. I think the red card is up. Can I take another just 5 minutes? Go to the next one. So when you are given the topic on the stage, please smile. Take a deep breath. The smile is to look at others and smile so that you are comfortable on the stage. This is the audience who is going to listen to me. It's not because they are going to smile back at you or you have some friends who here and will do all this. But the smile is for you to calm down. Add humor, add inspiration if you can. You want to make it humorous, make it humorous. How many of you are the ones who are generally humorous during club meetings? Okay. Sudesh is one for sure. And 2 of your veteran members are missing today.
Yeah.
Correct. The humorous people. Huh? Yeah. So if you have the trait of humor in you, add humor. If you are the one who likes to inspire, empower others, whatever style works, they work. So you can do that. Keep club level topics balanced. This is the most important. At club level, don't give very easy topics during the club meetings. Keep it little bit balanced.
What if the member is very new?
Does not matter. The member is very intelligent. Okay. I always feel that experience adds value to an extent. See, for example, if you take a professor who has worked in a particular college for 10 years and another one who has worked in the same college for 50 years. Okay. The 10 years guy would have got all the knowledge and wealth and he would have started something on his own. The 50 years may be doing the same thing. Experience adds value, but your own intelligence is something which is God's gift, right? So the person may be very new, but he can be an excellent speaker or she can be an excellent speaker. I have seen that in many clubs. New joinees, they bring in fresh perspective. Sometimes we need those new people. Because being in Toastmasters, our mind thinks in one particular pattern. After that, we are also exhausted. It's okay if you give him a topic, let him try. And if he's able to speak or she is able to speak, you can gauge their intelligence. Okay, next one. Very important. Take few seconds pause. When the topic comes to you, breathe well, collect your ideas, and then start speaking. Do not be in a hurry. As soon as the topic is given, don't start speaking. Even if you know what you're going to speak, take that time. This is something which I learned from my college days. I was always the first one to submit the answer paper. Then I realized after submitting the answer paper, that professor is giving me more work. So now, then I started realizing that, okay, even if I finish, I'll just sit. I'll look at the same paper as if it is one beautiful thing, and I will be the last person to give. Okay, so take the time that is given to you, utilize that time of 30 seconds, collect your ideas and speak. Look at the topic in a holistic way, not just in the linear manner, in the sense not on the same track. The holistic way can come if you are able to give a very good message in the end. And try and give an opinion, a message in the end.
I don't understand the word holistic.
Means like a full picture. Okay, for example, the same topic, if you become invisible, what would you do? And Toastmaster Sharmisha was the one who started with the point that she would like to see how her husband is doing the household chores. So now how do you give a holistic picture to this? That together, both of them manage the family life. It's not always one person who does everything. You need the support of each other. That is the way you give it holistically. If you have to end it in a linear way, you will say this is what happened at the end of the day. The kids were tired. Everybody went off to sleep. That is a linear way, just pointing out to a day schedule. But if you want to cover it in a holistic way, in a full picture, you can say this is what life is all about, that we support each other. And you can link it to Toastmasters or your job, like how people apart from your family are also equally helpful. That is the full way of looking at the picture. Okay. And then give a message in the end. The next slide. This is very important. What we should not do, I know very well. Do not repeat the topic. So if the contest master says, this is the topic, if you are invisible tomorrow, what is the first thing you will do? Don't start the topic with that. If I am invisible tomorrow, the first thing I'll do is no. Okay? You have to have a hook statement there, or an interesting question, or a nice story to begin with. Second thing is even more important. Do not repeat ideas in the topic. So you start with one idea. If I become invisible tomorrow, I'll probably go to Tirupati. And then you say the second sentence, you say the third sentence, the fourth sentence is again when I go to Tirupati. Now there you lose marks. You can't repeat sentences. That is why those 30 seconds are very important on building the story that you want to speak. Do not summarize the topic. Think of narrating a story. Storytellers are the most powerful. So you can start with something like once 2 years back, after COVID was over, I went to Tirupati and the rush made me feel, oh my God, is it worth coming and visiting this Lord after so much of rush? Then I realized if I had the power to become invisible, I could have done it so easily. Just me and the Lord. Okay? So you don't summarize. You think of connecting it like a story. Be a storyteller. It doesn't apply only to ISC and HSC, even in table topics. You can be a storyteller. Stories always sell. They always sell. Okay? And do not abruptly end. How many of you have done that in the club meetings? Suddenly you see the green card. So thank you. Why did you go? Green card. You're still at green. You have time till red. Right? Red is a danger zone. So do not abruptly end. I have seen this in many Toastmasters. So when the timer shows the green, so what is this, by the way? Okay. And I've also seen people at club, when I was a very young girl, when you're already saying young, I'm able to understand that you were young. What is the meaning of this young girl? Wrong body language. When I was a young girl, my father used to take me to parks every Saturday evening. There's no need to show young girl. And then they have also used words like his height was this much. What is this much? 6 feet, 7 feet, 10 feet, 4 feet. Okay, so wrong body language will actually cause you negative marking. Okay? You could say, my cousin is a 6-footer. And I feel vertically challenged in front of him. That is true, my cousin is 6 feet tall. But I don't have to show my cousin is like this. People do these mistakes. Okay? Avoid. Practice comes from club meetings. Club meetings most powerful. Go by DTM Arundhati's books. The last one. There's one slide after. So these were some topics that came in the division contest, in the district contest. This was the topic that was given to me. And these are some of the topics that come. So if you look at every topic, it is slightly twisted. Okay, especially this one. Growth comes from more listening than speaking. This was one of the division contest topics. Okay, and one person spoke about active listening project from Toastmasters. But the way she spoke was very good. You can actually use Toastmasters also in your speeches. Like I remember the last year's the 3 ladies who became the first, second, and third world champions. The second one was Hannah Chan. First one was Luisa Montano. Hannah Chan, after 4 minutes of her speech, you can see the YouTube video also. She speaks about Toastmasters, but the way she describes it through her body language is just too good. She very casually says, and then somebody introduced me to Toastmasters, and she's very happy. Her whole body language is very happy about it. So you can, as a Toastmaster, use Toastmasters in your speeches. How effectively you put it across is what the game is all about. So these were some of the topics. And in the end of the table topics, when you're speaking, you have to always connect it with the key words of the topic. That is important. If you lose out on that, then your track goes elsewhere. And that's all about table topics. My suggestion to you, all the club members here, have a mock marathon before the contest and see that you also have your club level topics little bit balanced. You're already doing table topics evaluation. I was telling in another club that evaluation of table topics periodically is also very good. You know where you stand. And in the club, you can have an inter-club table topics contest where There's no, I mean, you can just motivate your own club members, give the second runner up, first runner up, and the winner prize. This is how you can motivate people to do well at tabletop, because this is, I don't know why many people say this is difficult. It's actually easy because you have to think and speak. Right? And apart from the fact that the voting judges have a criteria, I think all table topic speakers are good in their own. Because you're able to speak something, you don't know the question paper, but you know the answers. Right? So, apologies for taking 5 or 10 minutes extra time because there were some questions in between. But now we open the floor for questions if you have any questions.
There are a lot of questions.
Lot of questions. Shoot, one by
There are
one.
two major questions why I'm still reluctant to do the. First question, the practice. How about practice?
Club
How
meetings.
You do club meetings.
Club meetings. Some more things which you can do is, I would recommend as Toastmasters, all of us, irrespective of what your schedule is, I know each one of you is very, very busy with your daily work, your daily life schedule. Spend 10 to 15 minutes reading or watching some good podcasts. Some of them are very good. Simon Sinek is one whom I follow. He speaks really well, very, very well. So Simon Sinek is one. And then I also follow Oprah Winfrey. I also follow some more people, some of these entrepreneurs. Okay, Narayan Murthy is one of them. So you listen to some podcasts, because when you listen to podcasts, you get some new ideas. Okay, those new ideas you can use as your hook statement for the tabletop. Not exactly saying what they have said, but adding your value also to. Now the problem is the starting problem, right? The beginning problem. These podcasts, reading will help. So at least 10-15 minutes per day. I won't recommend more than that because we don't have the time, but 15 minutes per day, if we can read something or if we can listen to some good podcasts or some nice TEDx talks, actually it helps you a lot. Okay, that is number one. In fact, you can also take ideas from newspapers if you read them every day. Reading really helps, point number one. Point number two, when you observe your club members that they are speaking something very interesting about a topic, please make a note. I am always a diary and a pen person. You see, even now it is there. Because I was making some notes what T.M. Modi was saying. Some very interesting notes. So you always learn from others. It doesn't matter if the person has joined yesterday as your new member of the club. If that new member has to offer something, please make a note. Because the more you write, it's a direct connection to the brain, the better your retention is. Remember during school times, college times, how much we used to write? And when we could memorize so much at that time, why can't we do it now? Number 3 is, whenever you get an opportunity, go to different clubs if you can. Participate. This morning, I think Transcend, they had an inter-club table topics contest. If you see other clubs doing some contest, if you have the bandwidth of time, go visit them, be a part of that. Club meetings, the 4th point, make them more challenging. Because this is what I am telling all the clubs. If you go to any club and you see that the club meeting is really good, you know that these speakers will very soon represent the district. So your club meetings have to be really strong. All of us I'm saying. If the club topics are very easy, what is your hobby? What do you do on weekends? Then that is not building the challenge. If you have some topics which will be forcing them to think. Because nowadays, if you believe in what I'm saying, thinking has really reduced in people. But we should have a lot of thinking power, because as humans, we only created everything else that is making our lives comfortable. So do these 4 activities: reading, watching some podcasts, going to other clubs and participating, and also keeping our own club meetings of high standard. That really helps. So have an inter-club table topics contest, have a mock marathon. Okay, have different types of table topics, picture-based table topics. You can have table topics like you have a bag of things and you ask the contestants to come and pick up, or the members to come pick up something and speak about it. You can have chits, you can have debates as table topics. You can also have table topics like you give the beginning of a story and the member has to complete it. Or you can give the end of the story and they have to build the whole story to come till the end of the point. That same thing. So you can have lots of varieties. I remember in one club, one of the table topics, normal meeting was every member was given 4 cards, whoever wanted to speak. You have to see the words in the 4 cards and build a story. And you have to compulsorily have those words in the story. It could be words, it could be phrases. In one club, they did something like, taking one particular sentence from a book. They used one book, somewhere in the middle of the book, say page 65 or 67, take one interesting sentence, give that as a table topic. So you have to try these varieties in the club. In one club I saw, because I've gone to so many clubs, I'm saying, they had all flowers. And all the members got different flowers as table topics. So you can speak about different flowers, different destinations. So think of making your club club meetings very, very interesting and of high quality. Because here is the place which will make you go there. It's not very difficult. Being on that stage, I realized that it's not difficult, but the practice comes from these things. And also try difficult topics like we asked in the area contest. But you should not keep it for the contestancy. Give the hard question paper here, so that you are able to solve it there. That is a mistake which many clubs do. They keep the club level topics very easy. Or what if this member doesn't come next time? The table topics is so hard. It's okay. Challenges you have to accept, right? But Toastmasters has become a place where people are, let's not disappoint the person. Let us give an easy topic. Why we should make our lives very easy when we know in the district it is not going to be easy? So prepare the club only, and that standard has to be good. Try all these things because they have worked for me. I have also, like you, gone to many places, learned a lot from watching others and also seeing how they answer different questions. If you are part of groups where you have other people also doing the education session on table topics, attend all that. Every bit of knowledge helps. Right? So
I have a second question.
Yes.
Questions.
As
Second
long
question
as
is-
the timer is smiling at me, the moment he stops smiling, then I
How to be like overcome the fear of speaking on the streets. I'm not saying that at contest level, there is some kind of additional fear because of the competition. Though it's a learning platform, some of it comes to our mind from the child. How to overcome that.
I agree with that. All of us have been brought up with some fears. Okay? And Toastmasters is the place which helps you shed that fear. So first time you will fear. Next year when you contest, it will be reduced to say 20-30% the fear will go. By the time you are contesting the fourth or the fifth time, automatically the fear would have reduced a lot. Whether you are doing well on the stage or not is a different question, but because we meet week on week and that kind of stage presence is always there, you will mitigate the fear. The only way of not becoming fearful is face the fear. I have a friend who has never gone for even one blood test in his life. So I told him, why? Okay, he's almost 60. He said, no, I'm very scared. What if the doctor tells me something? So there will be a remedy for that. But how to combat this fear? Tell me. He has to go and get it done, right? There's no other way. Sitting at home, if he's thinking, if I go to the doctor will point out something, then I will be really, I will be in trouble. 60 years, he has not gone for one blood test. This time we pushed him. It's my cousin. We pushed him and we told him, you have to go. Okay. And very reluctantly he went. There were some ups and downs, but now they have got rectified. The fear is gone. So far the fear was, why should I go to the doctor? So people have different fears. I completely agree with you, sir. Hydrophobia is a very big fear. Many people have, that is because many people have this fear that if they go inside water, they will drown. In fact, I was just reading last week, the top 5 important skills in the world now, today, in the 21st century, which means we have 75 more years, which are important to learn are public speaking, cooking, swimming. Swimming. It's not because tomorrow if I learn swimming, I'll go and start swimming. That fear, that you will drown and die because of water will go up. Swimming is actually rated number 3 that one has to learn. So the best way to combat your fear is go on the stage as many times as possible. You have the veteran sitting next to you. That's the best way to combat. What worst can happen? There's a saying, right? Hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. What is the worst that can happen? You will not win the contest. That's okay. But you have given yourself a challenge and you have tried. That's a great thing. It's very courageous. More than this, can anything happen? Will anybody be barred out of Toastmasters or disqualified to participate next time? Nothing of that. What worse can happen? One may not win the contest. That's okay. But there will be a day when you will win. The problem is the district stage is portrayed as something, very different. It's not like that. We are all normal human beings. The more you try, the better you succeed. Best way to combat fear is face that fear. The more you face it, the more all the shivering, the nervousness will go. Thank you so much. I think we took little extra time, or if time is not takes very politely, maybe more extra time. Online audience, you have any questions? But I must tell you, this is the first club which is so interactive. Other clubs I have always finished on time, huh? Trust me. And I'm thinking, okay, I have said 40 minutes, it's over 35 minutes. Wow, wonderful. I am a great person in maintaining time. Today we have overshot time, but you are a very interactive club. So many questions you are asking. We want people to ask questions. Any questions from the online audience? Yes, Toastmaster Sanmita, you have unmuted.
No, that's by mistake. I've asked my questions.
Okay, anybody else? Online audience?
Maybe just share the slide, that will be helpful. Thank you.
Yes, this I've already shared with Toastmaster Mayura and Toastmaster Sanmita. Okay, thank you so much.
I have one question.
Yes.
You told that we should not show tall when we want to represent if the brother is tall or something. So I'm telling the line. The Gopuram is standing tall, upright against the sky. So can't I use my hand to show that the Gopuram is tall?
No, when you're already using the word tall, you can probably put an adjective. The Gopuram stands handsomely tall in front of all the people who were watching it. That itself conveys the message. The Gopuram stands tall means now my height is only this. I am 5 feet. How much tall can I show? Then this is wrong body language. So what people do is they use body language in the ineffective way. Actually, Toastmaster says, if you go by L1 P3 project, it says vocal variety and effective body language. So in the attempt to do effective body language, it becomes ineffective. Correct? So it's like, what do they say in mathematics? No, the minus is not plus. Minus is double minus. So when they speak, they say, my cousin who is this tall, so this tall is what number? Think about it. Is it 5'5", 5'10", 6'1"? You don't know, right? My cousin is really tall. In front of a 6-footer, I feel like vertically challenged. Convey the message. Now, I have given the visual description to you that I have a cousin. My brother is 6 feet. I feel vertically challenged because my height is 5 feet. But people do these mistakes. My cousin is this tall and I was this small. This is not needed. It's not a school scenario, right? It's how you bring to answer your question, Adviti, right? Toastmaster Adviti. Use the power of words. Adjectives, adverbs, use that power. More describing words. My handsome brother who is 6 feet tall always makes me feel I am vertically challenged. What to do? I am born like this, he's born like that. Let us convey the message. Why do I have to use hand gestures? So the effective body language which they are thinking they are doing is ineffective. And then the beauty. So it's actually a gameplay of where you use words and where you use body language. Okay, it should not become ineffective. So the essence goes off. It's like, like you make a very nice dish and there is an extra salt. Then the whole thing is spoiled. But this comes with practice. Because for anything that we have to be a master at, we have to repeat. Mastery requires repetition. You repeat, you use a lot of descriptive words, okay, and then you become a master. Make it more visual. Yes.
Sorry, I thought you were done. Sorry.
Done. I am done.
I actually wanted to ask one thing. I think many of us, what happens is when we are in a table topic, normal club level, we hear, suppose we are new, we hear the topics and we feel, acha, he's able, this topic, I would have told this, let me try the next one. And when we go on stage, of course, since it's impromptu, sometimes the topic is related to something which totally we cannot relate to. For example, in a recent meeting, it was, that what you call it, turncoat fashion table topic. And the topics were good till I went on stage and they asked, are dogs better than cats? And I do not relate to pets or animals at all. So how do we address this? Because at that point, I couldn't make up, and I do remember I just fumbled something about dogs and cats, and I couldn't like I just ended saying we should all love animals and exited the stage. So when such topics come, which we can nowhere relate to, like there are some content there everyone has some contents they can never relate to, right? How do we address this, or how do we turn it around to make a meaningful message out of whatever we can?
Okay, very good question, Toastmaster Sarmishta. Again, a very, very intelligent question. Two ways of looking at this. If it is a turn-court topic, which is a debate. So in a typical debate, you have to either go for or against the topic. So you have to either choose dogs or cats. Okay. That is first point. If it is a table topic, then you remember one of the slides also showed neutralism. You neither go with dogs, you neither go with cats. You may probably go with hamsters or no pets at all. Or probably you can address that if somebody has two boys at home, they themselves are like cats and dogs. All the time fighting, and you as a mother and the referee sorting out between them. So you can address it neutralism. See, if it is a table topic, you can go with the power of neutralism, but you have to present with conviction. If it is a debate, you can't avoid. Then you have to either choose cats or dogs. Now answering your second question. If I don't have any pets, I can always take ideas from my neighbors who have pets. Somebody in your apartment will have pets, or some colleague of yours will have pets. You can always borrow somebody else's experience, but the value that you give in the end should be yours.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, yes.
We will not see all the topics that come in the world. We will not have relations to all the topics that come. I completely agree with you. Now, personally, even I don't have pets, but I love dogs. My neighbors have dogs, and every day we go and pet them. So I can use somebody's example or somebody's experience and then link it with my story. And then the value that I want to give in the end. Maybe you can say someday in life, inspired by my Toastmaster friends, I would like to keep dogs. But that probably I'll do when I retire. Because there is no time to do that now. You can always give your value in the end using somebody else's experience.
Just one more point. Sorry, timer.
I don't know. As long as the timer is smiling at me, I am also. If nobody stops smiling, then I am not.
I have to treat timer today. So just one thing about the same topic. Let's consider it's a table topic only. Like dogs are better. Dogs are better or cats are better? That's a topic. And if we somehow, because we cannot speak on both, we don't know about dogs, cats. We don't even say I don't even have a neighbor. And we turn it around in such a way that, be it dogs or be it cats, just we have to make sure that animal littering needs to be stopped on the roads. If we turn it around and bring it to a social topic like this, will this, because it is not anymore related to the topic, will this lead to loss of points?
No, actually, as long as you are able to convincingly present it. If you believe in the social cause. Now, for example, I tell you, I have a Toastmaster friend who is also a Rotarian. Long back, he spoke 24 hours continuous non-stop to generate 25 lakh rupees. What all he spoke in 24 hours? He is a very good speaker. He is a great orator. So people can speak on social cause. You can speak as long as it is very convincing and believable for the audience. Everything boils down to that one point. How are you making it convincing for the audience that in the 2 minutes that you are presenting on the stage, they have a great takeaway from you? See, I have a friend who also has snakes as pets. Okay, now that man's house I will never visit. So I am saying that you can speak for or against a topic, or you may not have any idea related to the topic. You may not have any knowledge also, but still you can speak. This is what I want to tell everyone. It doesn't come from whether you know about the topic or not. You can always speak about the topic even if you don't know. For example, how many of you are humanities students here? Anyone who has studied humanities, social science, history. But if you are asked a topic on quantum physics, if you don't know, does it mean to say you cannot speak about the topic? Yes, you can. You can turn it totally humorous. And you can talk about your physics teacher. All of us studied physics in school. And why quantum physics never entered my head? Because of the physics teacher. Okay? But then, what am I giving as a value? Whichever subject you study, you should add value to the subject, and you should make the subject very important and interesting for you. And teaching is the best way to learn. So your value makes the difference. Don't worry about what topic comes to you, because in one lifespan of a human being of 70, 80 years, we cannot be a master of all the topics, all the subjects. But does it restrict you from being a good table topic speaker? The answer is completely no. This is what Toastmasters Sarmisha, I believed when I joined Toastmasters, that, oh my God, if a topic comes to me which I do not know, how will I answer? You can always answer using somebody else's experience, but giving your value. So even if you don't know about dogs or cats, you can start with some experience which you have seen, but you can always say that I believe that pets should be kept where they belong. In my case, if I go to somebody's place, I'll always adore a pet, but probably I am not the person who wants to keep pets because I believe animals should be free. So this is the value you are adding in the end. Now, how effectively you put it across with body language, voice, all that makes a difference.
Okay, I got it.
Does that answer your question? Yes.
Yes, yes.
You
We
cannot
can sway away. We can sway away from the topic, but we should make sure we convince the message. And
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Thank
You can bring your own perspective about the topic, but the message has to be convincing. See, the only place where anybody gets debarred or disqualified from attempting is when we talk about the taboo topics, which is clearly said in every meeting that we cannot speak about certain things. Or if it is something which is totally outrageous and no Toastmaster is like that, then it will not be considered. Otherwise, I think all table topics will be 50% or 60% challenging. And 40% will be doable, especially the topic which I got, the first part was easy, the second part was difficult. Right? And I was told that all the people faltered in the second part of the topic. But this is the place to experiment and make mistakes and learn.
So
So,
this is where the confusion was. Some people heard it as clothes instead of clothes.
You heard it as clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, even I remember one person spoke on clothes, like money cannot buy happiness, but it can bring you clothes, right? So people thought it is bring you clothes. So those words sound similar, and somehow even from the back in the audience, we could hear it clothes.
Yeah.
So that is what I was pointing out.
now the contest master, they are undergoing training. Yes, this is a fact. Many people have raised this and many contestants have also raised it. The topic was not clear. Certain words were not clear, we could not understand. Now clothes and clothes. Very, very close they are.
You heard clothes, yes.
Yes. So this is a request which has gone to the district directors and everyone, that the contest master has to tell the topic very clearly. They are also doing their best.
I had one more question.
Sorry, somebody said something?
I had one more question.
I am saying I have a question. I am only looking at the time. Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you please take it offline, because I think Sure. Okay. if you don't mind, because I
Yeah.
think I think Semin is waiting in the canteen and he's they are about to close. So if you don't mind, can you please connect?
I am ready
We
to
can-
close.
Yeah.
But
No,
your
no.
club is very interactive. Yeah, not a question.
We'll surely interact with you offline. Yes.
Thank you so much. We got confused that whether it is table topics or numerous speech.
I am also braving myself to go for a university.
Thank you very much, Shalini, for an excellent session. It was very insightful and informative.
Now I'll go and take this.
Yeah, sure. So we are done with the table topics for the education session. Let us take 10 minutes break. Even our brain needs, process. Yeah, we are already done.
Was not just over the brains.
I have posted everybody's brains. But honestly, you are not very exactly. That's why probably the session went a little longer. Because in other day of time,
Yes, when I think of the courage to be Sri Danya Suresh comes to my mind. Kerala's first tribal IAS officer, clearing UPSC in 2008 with all India rank of 410. He overcame poverty and immense challenges to achieve this inspiring milestone. Her journey began with a brave first step. Still gives the courage to begin. Let us now shift gears and dive into our table topic, where ideas take the first steps to. Table topic, Toastmaster Aditi. She is learning to speak with clarity, confidence, and purpose. She lives by the mantra, courage begins with the first step. Aditi exemplifies determination and growth mindset in everything she does. Over to you, Toastmaster Aditi.
It's doing for the very first time, let's give him.
Yeah.
Am I audible? Please, give me a check. Online, online.
Yes, Aditi.
So let me ask you all very honestly, how many of you have been planning so many things in your mind, but never take a first step to start with it? Please raise your hand. Well, we are on the same boat. So plans are really better, but we struggle with the very first step, that is starting. So good evening, fellow Toastmaster, my dear guests, and our chief guest, chief speaker, Shalini. You can just call me Shalini. So I am Aditi, and I am the table topic master for today's session, and the theme is the courage to begin. So let me share you a very personal story, which is very close to mine. Over the years, I wanted to become fit. I wanted to look beautiful, and I want to lose fat. This thought keep on coming, years passed, but nothing changed. The biggest barrier was to wake up early in the morning at 5 a.m. And the very thought of it made me drag to the bed again. I could imagine the alarms ringing, and I could sleep before actual sleep comes in. But one day I decided I have to change. And for changing anything, the first step is to take a first step. I, without thinking, went to the gym, enrolled myself, and the very small step changed everything. Next morning, I woke up at 5 o'clock, got ready, walked, did workout, and then I went to gym and I came back and then went to office. And you know what? These all things I did earlier to what I used to wake up. So this journey, and after doing all this, what made me and my energy was more better, and I feel very energetic. And this journey taught me that change doesn't happen from any motivation or any perfection. It needs the courage to take the very first step. So let me ask you all to be attentive and volunteer yourself for these table topics. Who will be the first volunteer? Please. Okay. Your topic is, what is the one small step which you took that changed your routine? I would repeat, what is the one small step which you took that changed your routine?
So I started doing the simple thing in the morning, before like starting the rest of my day. So a little bit of context. I'm kind of like still, I'm kind of weak in coding, like I kind of get the basics of it, but when it comes to advanced data structures and stuff, I used to struggle with the questions. So what I started doing was that every day I would at least try to force myself to do one lead code question, even if it was something that I was difficult. I would try to sit and think about it for 10-15 minutes at least. And if I was able to, and then try to get a pseudocode code out of it. And I noticed that over the time, after doing it, I can see a lot of change. Like usually in the beginning, I couldn't even understand a question. Now I'm at least able to recognize the pattern and understand, okay, what algorithm or data structure might be behind this. So I feel like when you want to do a change, it can be just something that takes hardly 5 or 10 minutes. So I would also advise or suggest you all to do something to achieve what you want to do in like maybe 10-15 years. You can start it now. It will hardly take 5 or 10 minutes of your time. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, and it perfectly resonating. And I think so you are also taking something input from it. So next volunteer.
Kumar? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, TDM Kumar.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, TDM Kumar.
Okay, I can volunteer.
Okay, okay, fine. Yes. I'll tell you the topic. Share a time when taking the first steps felt harder than the journey. Share a time when taking the first steps was harder than the journey. I hope the
Thank you,
topic is
table topic. Thank you, table topic master. Talking of taking the first step. The first step is to stop procrastinating. Once you stop that, you can take the first step. It may not be easy, it may not be tough, but it's all in your mind. If you start it off, whatever comes along will definitely get through. I remember I wanted to make a trip, but I dare not do it alone. Right, and I may break down somewhere. So what I did was I met a friend, continued with him, and went out uphill to climb a height of 2,000 feet. And I came down successfully. This idea was with me long time ago, but somehow, because I used to postpone, I never succeeded. So I took the first step. That is how I believe anything for that matter, you have to start. If you do not start it, how are you going to end it? That's the question. So as such, going along and completing a task is very important. But more important is to start with it. Thank you. Back to you.
Now we would love to start with the third contestant. Please come on. Sorry. Your topic is tell a change which you kept delaying until you finally began. Tell a change which you kept delaying until you finally began. Thank you. Master. Yes. I was thinking that planning is very important. For so long, maybe I would say for the last 3 years, not a simple time, 3 long years, I was thinking planning is very much important. But I never attempted to plan a day ahead or even plan a breakfast, lunch, or dinner ahead. So I was struggling, and I don't know where I'm leaving, where my time is going on. So finally, I just take a journal, one of my notebook. So I started writing it, where my times are going. Because I'm juggling with so many things as a mother, working mother, as a responsible daughter-in-law, as a wife, where husband don't like because the wife who is going to gym and taking care of Toastmaster and all, she doesn't provide much time to her husband. So she's an unliking wife. Okay, I try to balance that as well. And a mother who is taking care of the teenage kid. So I'm always juggling with so many things in my schedule. But I never sort it out. But I had a plan in my mind that I have to do it. So this was working out for me. One day I sit and started writing what and all I'm doing, where my time is going in a day. So if I make a plan consciously, and how much time I'm trying to spend for each activity and how much I can do it, my plan a day before, well ahead, then how it is helping me. So it makes the magic in my life because I felt that I'm more organized. I'm able to consolidate my daily day-to-day tasks and I am able to spend time for everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Well said, Salai. So if we spend 80% of our time in planning, then we only need 20% of time for the execution. So any online volunteer?
I can go next, Aditi.
Okay. So the topic is Mayola. Tell one area of your life waiting for your first step. Tell one area of your life waiting for the very first step.